Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, let's just talk about, you know, the world of boxing right now. And basically black boxing fans, especially black American boxing fans, but black American boxing fans in general. Uh, you know, we kind of we just want good fights, right? We just want good fights. We don't really care how the good fight comes. You know what I'm saying? Good fights. We don't care about too much. I'm noticing, people are asking fighters to go up to different divisions, just wherever what they say nowadays the smoke is, you go after the smoke, right? Now, the only thing that I think we're losing sight of is make sure that the significance doesn't go nowhere. If we're gonna either care about undisputed unification, or we're just gonna go the super boxing route and say, okay, we're gonna let this Ring magazine thing be the only belt. Now I know if I was a boxer, that would be confusing to me. If I was, boxing my whole life, wanting to become undisputed, like the Terrence Crawfords, the Inuis, and the Alexander Usyks of the world, people who have become undisputed, and now all of a sudden, you got one belt out there. Now you are a prize fighter, so you're fighting for money first, right? Because first of all, you ain't getting hit up upside the head for free. So that's the thing. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people are into the legacy thing, and it's like we're starting to get away from it. We're starting to ask fighters, hey, you're in this division, go up way up here and fight this other guy, right? And it's only one belt on the line, right? Because he's good and you're good. Now, I don't know how that would sit with me. You know what I mean? Now, then you're being told because you won't do that, you're ducking or you're afraid and this and that. And I'm thinking, damn, if a fighter, man, if I'm like in the 135-pound division, maybe I want to, clean that up first before moving, right? Especially as a black fighter, because a lot of times, you got a different type of thing going on. They want you to do everything, right? You might want to handle your business at that division, then go up to the next one, handle your business there, then go up to the next one instead of just jumping way up before even being the baddest one in your division, right? That's through the whole time. Now, you got all the names going on, and people just jumping divisions right now in them lower weight divisions from 135, 130, 135, 100, 140, 147. You got all the names, right, going on. Shaki Foster, and what's all the names? Keyshawn Davis, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson. Those are the main players right now, and you're seeing a lot of stuff going on. And I'm thinking, well, I don't know about all this somebody's ducking stuff going on when we've experienced real ducking. Now, from all those fighters that I named and others, especially these black fighters coming up, have there any one of them ever been a mandatory for somebody and not fought them? Right? Any of them been a mandatory for somebody and said, I ain't fighting him because he's this and he's that? Now, I'm going to give you a couple of names, right? Because I don't know if we're going to be calling, ducking, if we're forgetting what ducking really is. Jaime Munguia was the mandatory for Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo. Didn't fight him. Canelo Alvarez was the mandatory for Demetrius Andrade at 154. I ain't fighting him. Ryan Garcia was the mandatory back before he was doped. Was the mandatory for Devin Haney. I ain't fighting him. Virgil Hill was the mandatory. Isn't he awesome? Right? Mandatory for Terrence Crawford. I ain't fighting him. Right? And I'm probably forgetting some. You see what I'm saying? Now, those are four Mexican guys right there. We ain't calling them ducker. Because when you're the mandatory, you want to fight the champion. Now, these dudes we hear, somebody's at 140 and somebody's awesome at 147, don't mean he got to fight him until he handles his business at that weight class that he's at. You know what I'm saying? These other fighters are all able to say, hey, I ain't going to fight them guys because I don't want to fight them. I ain't fighting David Benavidez. I ain't fighting Demetrius Andrade, not even for undisputed. Right? That kind of stuff is going on. And we talking about these other guys here that, one's 130, the other one's 140. Hey, y'all better fight or somebody's ducking somebody. Not necessarily, depending on what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, And here's another thing. Somebody that's obviously never ducking, like Devin Haney, people ain't got no love for him. Isn't that funny? Yeah, people ain't got no love for Devin Haney. And he done everything. Devin Haney, I mean, like him or whatever. He's done pretty much everything. We ain't gonna go through it again. Everybody, y'all know, but I don't know about going to Australia for no money to become what? Undisputed. Now he's up at the higher weight division, went up to 147. Brian Norman was the man that everybody thought was gonna beat him. He did that. Now he's there. I don't think we should be asking Devin Haney to do nothing. He's past asking him to do stuff. Every time he wants to fight, who makes a hit list of ridiculous fighters the way he's done? Everybody's on his hit list. I think Keyshawn Davis, what's the bad boy about to fight Xavier Zayas, Boots Ennis and them. I think Brian Norman was on there. He just ridiculous. Shakur Stevenson, just a who's who of who's fighting. Who does that, right? Who does that and really want to fight him? You never hear Devin Haney didn't want to fight, right? So, and he's not liked. It's funny. So no, man, with all this ducking and stuff like that, I don't know if it's ducking. If you can tell me one of these brothers, right, that's ducked somebody in his weight division, he's the mandatory, and he didn't fight him. Matter of fact, I've been asking that question for about 3 years now. Name a brother that was a mandatory and didn't fight the champion. I just named you 4 Mexicans, and I missed some. Right? Isaac Cruz had an eliminator with Shakur Stevenson that he just said, no, I ain't doing that eliminator. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I don't know if it's this. So I don't know if that's not ducking, right? We're gonna figure this out, right? If just because a dude is in a weight division lower or 2 weight divisions lower and he won't fight somebody awesome in the weight division of him, if that's ducking, then we got to get another name for being the mandatory for somebody and won't fight them. Then that has to be worse than ducking. Let's just get these titles because it can't be the same thing. It just can't be the same thing. I know we want to see fights and everything, and everybody's on the bandwagon talking smack about these brothers who might not be fighting the hard fight right now and this and that. But if that's ducking, then whatever the hell I'm talking about with mandatories is just I ain't fighting them. I've worked my way up to mandatory position, but the champion's too hard to fight, and not fighting them. And the media ain't saying nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? So we got to figure that out. So if that's ducking, then what the hell is this? Let's figure that out. Somebody holler. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.